and it is time to fill out another category for this Q&A. This time this is the Brony slash MLP Friendship is Magic, which surprisingly has the least amount of questions next to the Thomas category. And also, these videos are going to be scripted from now on because I feel like trying to do this unscripted like I originally planned was really draining my motivation to work on this. Now you won't have to put up with me. So now you don't have to put up with me saying so many uhs and stumbling over my words constantly. Alright, here we go. Julio the Gallad, what got you into the franchise, even though not into the series? Well, my first exposure to this series was from a vid of Twilight Sparkle doing this dramatic hamster meme. And at first I thought the animation was fan-made, then I found out it was actually official. So then I found a clip from Season 1, which had Fluttershy doing that whole, "You're going to love me" bit. And I was like, okay, I did not expect to see that coming from My Little Pony. And then, for the most part, the animation really caught my attention, so out of curiosity, I watched the first episode, and of course the second one, since it was a two-parter. And then I watched the next episode, and the next episode, and the next episode, and the rest was history. Yeah, I pretty much became a brony when Season 1 had finished, and just before Season 2 began. Matthew Zetchell, which season of MLP is your favorite? I think Season 7 is probably one of my favorite. Has a lot of good episodes that I enjoy watching with Celestia and all the other characters. Andrew Sherhart, least favorite episode of MLP? Hard to say. I guess Bloom and Gloom is one of my least favorite episodes that I didn't care that much about. Mostly because that episode just felt a little too predictable to me, and around that time I was already getting tired of Princess Luna constantly showing up. I wanted to see Princess Celestia get some more time to shine. And fortunately, in recent seasons, they have been giving her some more love and attention, so that's nice. Nathaniel Foga, thoughts on the Equestria Girl series? When I first saw the teaser trailer for the first film, I was like, interesting, might check it out. And then the next trailer came out, and then I was like, oh, so now the film is about Twilight Sparkle going into an alternate universe? Woo! Sign me up! Yeah, I just like those kind of stories where a character we've known for a while travels to a different universe that is slightly different or completely different from its home world. But yeah, it was neat seeing official human-like designs for the characters. Obviously, Fluttershy is my favorite. The first film was okay, the sequel one was great, the third one was alright, kind of feels like a remake of the first film in my opinion, and the fourth one was pretty good. Stupid Star Sonic, least favorite movie? I guess probably the first Equestria Girls film. It was alright, but not as great as the others. Also found Sunset Shimmer to be pretty dull as a villain. Thankfully she became a lot more interesting when she became a good guy. Yeah, next question. Why do you call her Mama Celestia? Yes, that's the nickname for Princess Celestia that I sometimes call her. Which is funny because we already have a nickname called Mom Lestia, but it's rarely used and most often mistaken for Molestia, which is a completely different thing. So, the reason why I sometimes call her that is mostly because I usually see Celestia as a mother figure. She's very kind and caring with the characters she interacts with. Like that episode where she makes pancakes for Starlight Glimmer and I was just gushing with dolls when that happened. I think another reason why I like to call her that is mostly the voice, because most of the time Celestia has this very warm and comforting sound to her voice. You know, it's like that voice you'd like to hear when you're having a rough day and you just want to cuddle up with someone who's kind and caring. So yeah, that's why I sometimes like to call her Mama Celestia. Powerpup97, knowing that MLP will be ending its production soon, is there anything in particular you would like to see happen at some point in the series? I don't know, I guess I'd like to see an episode of Princess Celestia having to raise an orphan child. Then I would just be gushing with, yeah, Mama Celestia. Other than that, I would most likely see, I'd like to see more done with the sea ponies, especially with Princess Skystar and Oceanflow. Next question, who are some of your favorite pony artists on DeviantArt? Well, I've seen quite a lot of them, but I don't really have a favorite. It's been a while. Next question. What are your thoughts on Maud Pie and Princess Ember? Ah yes, Maud and Ember, even though technically she's now called Dragon Lord Ember. But I do like Maud. Her deadpan tone of voice against Pinky's hyperactive personality is a nice contrast. And yeah, I like Ember. Nice design and all that. I was pretty surprised at how she immediately became a fan favorite after her first appearance. Well, then again, dragons are cool. MikeTrap397, thoughts on putting your hoof down? Ah, an old episode. Well, I liked it, mostly because it features my favorite pony out of the main six. I know this episode gets a lot of mixed reactions, like the most common complaint I've heard about this is that Fluttershy is out of character. Well, that's kind of the point of this episode. She wants to be more assertive, so she takes lessons from Iron Will to do so. Then she becomes too obsessed and starts to become more aggressive. And then she soon learns her lesson and becomes assertive in her own way. I mean, it's not like she remains an asshole throughout the rest of the series after that. DigiGex90, would you like to see Grogar to appear in Friendship is Magic Seasons 8 or 9 whenever Hasbro reveals him? Yeah, that would be interesting. A friend of mine convinced me to watch Generation 1 of the show, so I know who that character is. He's some kind of giant goat who lives in the realm of darkness or something. That would be neat to see a reimagining of that character, because so far we've only had his name mentioned in one of the episodes in Season 7, I think. Low Punny Boy, what's your reaction or opinion on the recent MLP movie? I'm pretty sure that's a comment about the 2017 film, and I already did a review on it, so you can go and check that video out to hear my thoughts on the film. Birds of Destiny, do you think being a brony is cool? Well, when you have the right... Birds of Destiny, do you think being a brony is cool? Well, when you find the right people, it can be cool being a brony and hanging out with your fellow bronies and all this other stuff. Next question. What do you think should happen for the future of MLP? Everyone becomes alicorns. Mwahaha. Okay, in all seriousness, I'd like to see them try and tackle some more serious topics like, I don't know, maybe like depression and death and divorce and before anyone says it, no, the conflict behind Surf and or Turf does not involve Terramur's parents being divorced. That theory is just very far-fetched for me. Next question. Should they have a crossover? Well, I don't know. Now that IDW is making Sonic comics, maybe now we can get an official MLP and Sonic crossover. That's like one of the most highly requested crossovers for IDW Sonic that I've seen. But anyway, if I wanted to see them do a crossover with MLP with anything else, well, honestly, I can't really think of anything. Most of my ideas are just too over the top to work. Rainbow Optimus, favorite episode? Oh, way too many to count. But I'll try and narrow it down by one per season, so here we go. Season 1, Dragon Shy. Season 2, It's About Time. Season 3, Too Many Pinkie Pies. Season 4, a tie between Pinkie Pride and Flight to the Finish. Season 5, a tie between Amending Fences and Slice of Life. Season 6, To Air and Back Again. Season 7, A Royal Problem. Season 8, has now a tie between Surf and or Turf and Horseplay. Next question. What do you think is the best thing about the Equestria Girls specials? The specials. I have seen the Magic Trilogy, along with Forgotten Friendship. That was a good one. And I still haven't gotten around to seeing Roller Coaster of Friendship yet. Probably the best thing about most of these specials is the interaction with characters like Starlight and Sunset interacting, Celestia and Sunset having their little moment, and Sunset interacting with Trixie. That was good. Okay, I did not predict that I would bring up Sunset Shimmer so much in this answer. But then again, she is best human. And one thing I liked about the Magic Trilogy is Juniper montage. Yeah, I know she barely has any fans and nobody likes her, but I think she was adorable. Big nerdy fan about films? Yeah, my kind of gal. Next question. If you could write an episode, what would it be? Let's see. If I could write an episode for MLP, it would mostly involve Applejack and her family dealing with the loss of Granny Smith, who passed away. No diseases or anything, she just died of old age. Apple Bloom's having a hard time dealing with this and tries to find something to bring her back, but Twilight and Zecora tell her that there is no magic in Equestria that can bring some pony back from the dead, and that ends that segment. And then later in the episode, we get to find out how Pear Butter and Bright Mag died, because although they never said it, it has been heavily hinted throughout the show that AJ's parents are dead. And then it would have a feel-good ending, like AJ would say something like, Granny Smith may be gone, but her legacy will live on. And that's the kind of episode I would write, an episode that focuses on dealing with the loss of a loved one. Because if Sesame Street can do an episode talking about Mr. Hooper's death and other things, why not MLP? Billy, from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, judging from the icon. Do you hate anti-fans of MLP? Nah, I don't hate them. If they are the ones that are super anti and pestering the ever-living crap out of people who like the show, then I find those kind of people very annoying. DZ Dog, do you think the Brony community is dying? Not really. I mean, sure, it's not as largely active like it was back then, or at least what I can remember. But even when the show comes to its inevitable end, I'm sure the fan base will still continue and BronyCon will live on. Oh wait, I just got a quick update that BronyCon's gonna be ending next year. Well, crap. Thomas Mill, do you think MOP would ever include a horrifying creature like the Nuklavi into their show or comics? The creature is a zombie Scottish centaur. I don't know, of course, then again the show does love to throw in a lot of Greek mythology, so maybe they could feature that in the series. Although it's probably most likely to happen in the comics. I could definitely see that happen in a Nightmare Night story. Reed Naylor, least favorite of the main six. I really don't have one that I really hate. I guess the one that I'm not that attached to like everyone else is Rainbow Dash. I don't know, it just doesn't click with me that much. The famous Hector G. Thoughts on the Toon Critic controversy? I had a feeling someone would ask me this when I made that trailer. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, Toon Critic is a fan of the show and does reviews like all those fancy Brony reviewers like Silverquill and Dr. Wolf and all that. Well, nowadays he's been shunned by the Brony fan base because, well, the story that I've heard is that they found out he was doing a sexual roleplay with an underage girl, and after that was found out, he shut down most of his online accounts. As for my thoughts, well, I don't know the guy personally, so I can't say anything to defend him and all that. Can't really say much about his work either, since I'm pretty sure I haven't seen them on YouTube. Only thing I've heard is that he has a habit of making a lot of co-op videos. And it looks like I'll never will see them now that his accounts are gone, and I highly doubt anyone's gonna bother re-uploading his stuff. Chuck Yoshi64, have you read or been spooked by any MOP creepypastas / fan games? I haven't really found any creepypastas or whatnot that have scared me that are related to MOP. Although I one time had the misfortune of reading a completely messed up dark story that makes cupcakes look tame. And it was called Sweet Apple Massacre. Want to know what that one's about? Trust me, you're the one to know. Adnan Mundi... That guy. Yeah, sorry, I can't pronounce your last name there. Why do you like My Little Pony when you are a boy? Oh, well, aren't we being sexist all of a sudden? Well, I guess the reason why I like the show is for the characters and the world that they live in. Especially when the show loves to throw in a lot of Greek mythology into its world. And I do love me some Greek mythology. But yeah, I enjoy the characters, their personalities, the interesting world that they explore, and the moral lessons they teach us, and yada yada. But yeah, it's good stuff. And that wraps up the Brony category. Yeah, that was pretty short. Well, at least it won't take me as long as the entertainment one. But yeah, tune in next time where I get to cover the Sonic category of this very long Q&A marathon. So, yeah, see you next time.